Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Welcome to the class. You're the first one.
Yes,
All right.
the
So
others are sleeping.
they are maybe. Oh, but here we got Paola too. Good morning, Paola. How are you?
Good morning, teacher.
How
I'm
are
fine. And you?
Excellent. I'm great. Thanks for asking. Welcome to the class. All
Hi.
right. So guys, welcome. We are going to continue studying today. All right. We have a lot of things to do and we are going to start. I hope your classmate can join us soon. I can see Walter too. Hello, Walter. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm great, thank you.
Morning. Excellent. Pretty good. Welcome to the class. Okay, guys, let's start. So I'm going to share the presentation. Can you see it?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so today is June 20th. Okay, we are in the class number 7. And today we are going to study Would You Mind? So if you remember in these previous classes, we have been studying modals to talk about request. If you are asking for a request, which modals can you use if you want to sound very polite? Do you remember?
Could
Could. What
and
else?
would. Yes.
Could, would, and the one that is a little bit less polite,
And can.
that is the one. Excellent. So today we are going to see a new one that is also very useful to ask for a request, and it is, would you mind? Okay. Would you mind is very polite. So I highly recommend you to use this one. And the structure is very simple. You just need to say, would you mind? And then you need to add a verb in gerund. What is the meaning of a verb in gerund?
We add ing.
That's it, exactly. So for example, would you mind? Then the verb in ing. Would you mind helping me bake a cake? Or would you mind giving me a ride to school? So the only difference here, guys, would you mind? You just need to add ing to the verb. Understood?
Yes.
Yes? It's pretty easy. Just don't forget the gerund verb. Now, you have to keep in mind the way you answer. Be careful with this one, because if you say no, it's like you are saying yes. I'm going to explain that. Would you mind opening the window? If you say no, it's because you don't mind. I mean, remember that would you mind is like te importaría, right? Or te molestaría opening the window. So you say, no, it's okay, okay? But if you say yes, it's because you don't feel comfortable with that. If somebody asks you, would you mind opening the window? If you say yes, it's like, yeah, I don't want to open the window because it is too cold outside. So you have to be careful with this. If somebody asks a question with, would you mind? If you don't care, I mean, if it is okay for you, just say no. But if you are like, no, I don't feel good with that. So in that case, you have to say yes. Another example. Imagine if a person says, would you mind getting me a coffee? If it is okay for you, you say, no, I wouldn't mind. Do you want sugar? If you are not okay with that, just say, yes, I would mind. Get it yourself. Okay? So be careful. If you say yes, it's because you are not good with that. It's because you don't want to make that favor. Okay? Another example, would you mind helping me with my homework? Again, if it is okay for you, if you want to help, you say, no, I wouldn't mind. What's the problem? Let's see, let's work together. Or on the other hand, would you mind helping me with the homework? Imagine that you don't have time, you don't want to do it. So you say, yes, I will mind. I'm too busy. Okay? Is it clear the way that we can answer, guys?
Yes, teacher, but if I respond like, yes, no problem, it's like strange, right?
What happens is that it's contradictory
Yeah.
because you are
Okay.
saying yes, like, I don't want to do it, but then you say, no problem. So it sounds like yes, but no, or not, but yes. So remember, you have to be careful in this one. What you can say instead of saying yes or no, because you might be confusing, just say, no problem. What do you need? Okay. So
Okay.
in that case, you avoid the word not or the word yes. You can say, no problem. Tell me, what do you
Yeah.
need? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Yes,
Great.
because I think I could respond like that.
With
Yes, no
with a
problem.
tip,
With no.
exactly, exactly. That's why answering to these questions, it might be a little bit confusing because in our mind, if you want to help, automatically we say yes, right? So would you mind opening the window? Yes. So that is like, what? You don't want to help me? You don't want to open the window, right? So if you feel that you can say yes or no and get a little bit confusing, my recommendation is just, no problem, tell me, okay? So be careful with that. Or you can say like, absolutely, but you have to say absolutely not. Just be careful, okay? Now, let's imagine that your supervisor arrives to your office and says, would you mind printing out these documents, please? What would you say?
Something like, okay, no problem.
Ah, sounds good. That's a very smart answer because you're not saying no, but neither yes. I like that.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine, guys, that your supervisor says, would you mind calling the customer for me, please? What would you say? Another answer?
No, I wouldn't mind.
Ah, very good. That's great. Exactly. So that's the idea. Now, imagine that you don't want to make that favor, okay? So imagine that somebody says, would you mind buying me a pizza? I don't have money. Uh-huh. What would you say?
Yes, I would mind. I'm a little bit busy.
Okay. Now, imagine in that case, you say yes. So that means that you don't want to make that favor. Okay. That's the idea. So in this scenario, guys, there are two things that you have to remember when you're using wouldn't mind. First, use the ing and just be careful with the answer. No means that you want to do the favor. Yes means that you don't want to. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's have a practice. I have here different scenarios. Read the sentence and you have to create a question using would you mind? Okay, let me open up the boxes. I think that we are going to have one each of you. I have enough. Okay. Can you see the numbers? Yes?
Yes.
So you just have to pick a number and create a question. I will give you the example. Imagine the number 1. I can't find my phone. What kind of favor do you need if you want to find your phone? What kind of request can you ask?
Would you mind helping me find
Mhm.
my phone?
That's it. So, would you mind helping me find my phone? Or the typical, right? Would you mind calling me because I need to find my phone? So look, would you mind? And then the verb in ing. That's all. Now, I need a volunteer. Who wants to try first?
Me.
Okay, thank you. Give me a number.
Number 4.
Okay. So imagine that there's someone at the door. What kind of request would you ask?
Would you mind opening the door, please?
Nice, excellent, pretty good. Okay, can you pick one of your classmates, please?
Paola.
Okay, Paola, give me a number.
10.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
What request will you ask?
I want to drink. Okay, it's Friday night. We leave our work, and I want to drink. Would you mind going with me to beer station?
All right. Would you mind going? That's great. So remember, that's the only like the key formula for that. Would you mind? And then the verb in ing. So guys, what would you answer to Paola? Would you mind going with her to have a drink?
No, I wouldn't.
Join me, guys.
Okay, no, I wouldn't mind. Let's go, right? Pretty good. Okay, Paola, pick one of your classmates.
David.
Someone?
David?
Oh, thank you. Okay, David, can you give me a number, please?
Number 7.
Okay. So imagine that you have a dog. So the dog needs to walk, but you don't have time. What will you request to your classmates or to your friends?
Would you mind taking a walk with my dog?
All right. And guys, what would you say? Will you say yes or will you say no?
No, no problem.
All right, that's the one. So no problem, I can do it. So remember the answer. If you say no, it's because you want to do the favor. If you say yes, it's because you are not okay with that. Pretty good. David, can you pick someone, please?
Walter?
Thank you. Okay, Walter, can you give me a number?
Sure. 3.
Okay. So imagine you are at the office. It is pretty hot there. What request would you ask?
Well, I was thinking here in my house,
Oh, it's
here in my
perfect. Do
Good.
it.
I will say, would you mind opening the window?
That's great. Excellent. Now, can you pick one of your classmates, please?
Sure. Uh, I think Aris. Aris Mendy.
Yes. Okay, Arismendi. Which one?
Okay, number 2.
Okay, number 2. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Would you mind turning on the light, please?
All right. And again, guys, what would you say? Would you say yes or would you say no?
No problem. But I cannot find the switch.
Okay, that is a good one. Very good, very good. So if you see, that's the way that we can use would you mind. Pretty easy, is it not? Yes, easy, difficult?
Easy.
It's pretty easy, right? So what you have to remember is the way that you answer. I think that that is the key one, okay? If you're okay to make the favor, if you want to help, you say, no, I wouldn't mind. But if you don't want to help, you say, yes, I will mind. All right? Any questions so far?
No, teacher.
Can I say something like, would you mind close the window? Can I say it?
No,
Why not?
we need the gerund.
That is the one. You need the gerund. Exactly. Now, sometimes you can listen instead of would. There are some people that say do. Do you mind? It is possible. Yes, the structure is the same. However, remember, if you are asking for a request, the idea is to sound more polite. So which one do you think is more polite? Do you mind or would you mind?
Would you mind?
Exactly. So that's why I recommend you to use would. Would you mind? Ta-da-da-da-da. Okay. Now, let's have a practice. Imagine that you need to ask a friend for a favor. Okay, somebody please. Imagine that right now you are here, we are your friends. What kind of favor would you ask? Someone please. Create a
Would
sentence.
would you mind opening the door?
Very good. Would you mind opening the door? And if you are talking, imagine guys that you are talking to a police officer and you need to ask him to provide a direction. How would you ask that?
And I would say something like, hello, excuse me, would you mind telling me how can I get there, or how can I get to the museum?
Ah, very good. That's it, look. Would you mind telling me how I can get to the museum? Sounds good. Now, imagine that you need to ask someone to lend you something. Do you know what the meaning is for lend?
Mhm.
Okay, what will be the request?
Would you mind lend me the newspapers?
Lend me?
Lending me, sorry.
Ah, that is the one. Be careful. Exactly, right? Just don't forget to add ing. Now, ask a friend to get you something. It can be something to drink, something to eat, or whatever you want. Go ahead. What do you think?
Would you mind getting me that pencil for me?
All right, would you mind getting me that pencil? Pretty good. Just imagine that you are at work and your classmate will go to buy something, right? You can ask them to get you something. Would you mind getting me a coffee? Would you mind getting me something to eat? Would you mind getting me a hamburger? Okay, nice. And the last one, ask someone to open the door. Well, that is the same that we have in the number one, right? Would you mind opening the door? So this is the way that we can ask for a request. Okay, now we are going to combine this structure with vocabulary. Okay, now let's move on. Imagine that we are going to give tech tips. I want you guys to imagine, well, I don't know if you have ever lived this scenario. Have you ever tried to teach a senior how to use technology? For example, have you tried to teach your parents or your grandparents how to use a smartphone, how to use a computer? Yes or not?
Yes, totally.
Yes.
Is that easy to teach them?
Sometimes it's difficult.
So we are going to try to teach seniors to do a process, simple process, but in English, okay? So if it in Spanish is a bit difficult, now let's try to do it in English. We are going to see some phrasal verbs that they are going to help us a lot, okay? Let's start with the first vocabulary. Remember that when we are using smartphones, computers, the verbs might be a little bit different. So imagine the first, I have here some vocabulary, and in this sentence, I have some underlined words. So we are going to match these phrases with the meaning of the underlined words. For example, type your password and hit the enter key. What do you think? What is the meaning of hit? Do you think that is call somebody's number again? Connect? What do you think? What is the meaning of hit?
It's
Press.
press.
Press. Are you sure?
Yes.
Very good. Now, volunteer for reading the sentence number 2, please.
Hold down the button to turn off your phone.
Thank you. So imagine if I say hold down. What do you think? What is that?
In this case, press for a longer period of time.
Okay. Do you agree, guys?
Yes.
Yes, that is a one. So instead of saying, okay, press for a longer period of time, we can simply say just hold down. Okay. Now, if you want to see a website footer, you'll have to scroll down the page. What is the meaning for scroll down?
Move down a screen.
Okay. Do you agree, guys?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. And scroll down, so it's moved down. What is the opposite?
Scroll up.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you have both options. If you want to go down, scroll down. The opposite is scrolled up. Now, a volunteer to read the number 4, please.
The call didn't connect. You'll have to redial the number.
So what is that?
Call somebody's number again.
Okay. Everybody, do you agree? Yes or not? Actually, that
Yes.
is the one. Radial the number means to call the number again. Now, volunteer for reading the number 5, please. Okay, if I don't have volunteers for reading, I'm going to pick someone. Let's see, David, can you read the number 5, please?
Sure. I tried calling her, but I couldn't get through.
So what do you think, guys? What is the meaning of getting through in this scenario?
Connect.
Okay, everybody, do you agree? I call her, but I couldn't connect. Yes, so get through is just a synonym for connect. Pretty good. Okay, the last one, volunteer for reading, please. Yes.
Nowadays, it's more convenient.
Hello? I cannot hear you anymore.
We're gonna hear you, Arthur. Well, nowadays it's more convenient to tap the screen than to click with a mouse.
So what is the meaning of tap in this scenario?
Touch lightly with your finger.
Very good. A clear example of this, if I'm on my computer, I'm using a mouse, what do you think? Do I need to tap the option or do I click the option? I'm in a computer with my mouse. Click or tap? What do I need to do?
Click.
Click, exactly. But what happens if I'm using my smartphone? What do I need to do here? What I'm doing? I'm clicking it or what?
You're typing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So those are some words that we can use. If you see, some of them are phrasal verbs. That means two words together. Or it's just a simple verb, only one word. Is that clear, the vocabulary? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, now listen, we are going to use them, so take notes. I have prepared some phrasal verbs for you, okay? And I'm going to send it to you. But first, let's have a practice. Now, imagine that I am like this senior, this lady. Imagine that I am that lady, okay? I am around, I don't know, maybe 75 years old, okay? And I will ask you, okay, guys, would you mind telling me how I can create a Facebook account? I want to see my grandson and my granddaughter on Facebook. So, can you explain me step by step what I need to do? I on my computer, I have a computer, I have internet. So, would you mind telling me step by step? What would you say, guys?
No problem. Let's do that.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to imitate the voice of a senior. Okay, so what do I need to do first? I will
You
take
need-
it step by step.
First, you need to type the URL www.facebook.
Where?
In the browser.
And what is a browse? Guys, I'm
Yes.
almost 80 years old. What is a browse? Okay, I am in my computer. I have a
You-
mouse. I can move the mouse. Look. Ooh.
Okay, I think you have to go to Google.
What is Google?
Chrome.
Where
Google
is it?
is the item in the screen. In your screen is
Mm.
the line below.
Okay. That is a good phrase. How can I say this? It's in the exercise. Imagine if we go back here, we got this word. Look. What is the meaning of footer?
It's like the taskbar.
Not
know.
only that one, can be in a document, in a website, or in a computer. It's an easy way to
Okay.
say like, como el pie o el borde de la página, right?
Mhm.
So in this case, you can use it. Okay, I'm here. Where do I need to go?
See the website footer.
Okay, I can see a lot of icons here.
And you have to click with your mouse in the Google icon in the circle with colorful.
Okay.
That's
So what click? I have two options. I have the right one and the left one.
the left one.
Which one?
Left. Yes.
Okay. Imagine that I don't have a lot of users, right? So right here. Okay. And now? Everybody, help me. Only Paola is talking, so help her. It says Google.
You need to tap over the search bar.
But if I'm using a mouse, can I say tap?
Sorry. Click
Okay.
on the search bar.
Me voy a ir directo a Facebook, okay? So I'm going to help you with that. Okay, it says Facebook, yay! Oh, but it's in Spanish. Let me try to search the ones in English. Okay, cool. What do I need to do now?
Okay, and now let's create new account. Click in the green button.
Okay.
And you have to complete the information about you.
Okay. So if you want to say to complete the information, we have to say sign up. That means like register. Okay. You need to sign up all the information. Okay. And after that?
And then again, we click in the green button.
Okay.
And we have our account.
Okay, very good. So imagine, guys, in this case, it was a little bit complicated, right? And we are just talking about Facebook, that I think that is something that all of us already know how to enroll there. So was it easy, difficult? What do you think?
A little easy.
A little bit difficult because the age.
And that's why, exactly, that's why I want you to imagine that I am old. Because if you are talking to someone, for example, if Paola has to explain the process to Arismendi, I mean, that is easy. She just needs to say, okay, go to the website. he already knows how to do it. So you have to omit a lot of steps. There is no problem at all. I want you to imagine that you are talking to a senior, that you have to be specific, because if you say to someone to 80 years old and say, okay, go to Google. I mean, there are some people that they don't know how to do it. They don't even know what Google is, okay? So that's the idea. We need to try to, or pretend that we are talking to a senior. Now, in this case, this is, well, this is an example how you can explain. First of all, go to the account of Google, but you have to explain how to do it. Click exactly the way that you did. Okay, first click on the browser. What is a browser? Ah, it's a little icon that you will see. Da, 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 da. Okay, then you need to sign up the page. That means register. Ah, that includes your names, your user, your password, and da, 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 da. Remember that if you are in a computer, you use the verb click. Click on. If you are not in the computer, but in a cell phone, what is the verb that I have to use? Instead of click?
Tap.
Tap,
Tap.
exactly. So then enter your information, click on. We don't say click in the option. No, we say click on the option, and then you verify the information and that's it. So simple, but if you're talking to a senior, it's a little bit more complicated. Now, let's see some other phrasal verbs that we can use, okay? There are a lot. I have prepared some vocabulary and I'm going to send a file on WhatsApp's group where you can find different phrasal verbs, okay? Give me a second, I'm going to send it right now. Okay, I already sent it. In that file, you will see, guys, some phrasal verbs, the meaning, and also the examples. Look at here. If I say login, for example, what is the difference between login and sign in? What is the difference? Any idea?
Login is when you already have an account and you just have to enter the email and your password. But if you want to sign in, you have to create the account. You have to enter your name, your last name, an email, create a new password, your birthday date, and you have to put more information. But it's because it's the first time.
Okay. Do you agree, guys?
Both are the same. Only sign up is to give the
I thought it
details.
was the same. I don't know.
Okay, so because we have this one and we have this one, sign up. So listen, in some scenarios, guys, we can use sign up and login as synonyms, okay? Sign up and login is like register when you enter all the information. And if you already have an account, what you have to say is just sign in, okay? But even though in some websites, sign in and login, you can use them as a synonym. But sign up is for the first time, right? Now, then we have hook up. Have you ever heard this one? Hook up. What is that?
No, never.
So-
Movies, I heard that.
Okay. So hook up is basically, guys, when you connect, okay, a machine. It can be to another machine or to a power source, okay? It's a little bit different to the other one. Well, I'm going to check the other one later. But a hookup is just connect. It can be a machine to another machine, not directly to the outlet, okay? Then if you want to say turn on, a synonym for turn on is power up, okay? So imagine if I want to turn on my computer, what is another way to say turn on my computer?
Power.
I want to power up my computer. So they are just synonyms. Of course, that turn on is a little bit more common, okay? Then we have another phrases that are synonyms. Start up is just the same as boot up. I just put you like next to each other. So will be like a little bit easier for you to remember what the meaning is if you see that they are just synonyms, okay? Setup, what is setup?
Install a program.
Ah, very good. So imagine, guys, if I want to, again, I'm 80 years old and I say, I want to have WhatsApp. How can I do it? You need to install. Instead of saying install, what can we say? You need to set up, okay? So, pull down. What do you think? What is the meaning for pull down? I will give you an example. I hope you can see it. If I click here in this menu, the menu will appear. Can you see it? Yes?
Yes.
So that is pull down. If I click in this arrow, I will see another menu. So that is pull down. Or an easy one, imagine that I go to my PowerPoint presentation. I have different options here. If I click on insert, I will see the menu, look, and that is the meaning of pull down. When you click on an option and a menu appears, okay? Is it clear, the meaning for pull down?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Then again, click on, this is when we are on the computer. Remember that we say on because basically we are clicking on a surface of something, okay? Then we have a scroll up and a scroll down. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. Look, scroll down, it's to the bottom, and scroll up. That is the difference. Got it? Yes? So far, so good? Clear the vocabulary? If you have a question, please just let me know. Then I say backup. What is backup, guys? What do you think?
It's make a copy of a file. Yes.
Exactly. Imagine if you are studying and if you are working on a thesis, do you copy the thesis in order to have a backup? Yes or no?
Can you repeat?
Imagine that you are studying. You are at the end of your major and you are working on your thesis. Do you need to back up your thesis or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Because imagine if you lose your documents. I mean, you have to start over again. So backup, guys, you can use it as a verb or you can use it as a noun, okay? So you can say, I need to back up my information, or as a noun, I have a backup on my laptop, or I have a backup on my other computer, okay? Then print out. What is the meaning?
Backup,
Yes.
can I use like a noun?
Yes, you can use it as a noun.
Oh, okay.
You can say, I have a backup.
That
Mhm.
way. Okay.
Yes,
Got
you
it.
can do it. No problem. Okay, print out. What is print out? We normally
Uh,
say, uh-huh.
Yeah, well, send a document to
Mhm.
a printer, to a
Imagine,
printer, yeah.
so yeah, sometimes we just say, I need to print this document. But correctly might be, I need to print out this document. Okay. Now, hack into. What is that? Uh-huh. What do you understand for hack into?
Is to perform an attack to another computer or network.
Is
Yeah.
that legal or not?
It depends if you have the consent of the company, you become a white hat hacker.
Mm-hmm.
White hat is a good one, and the ones which don't have the consent of the company are called black hat hackers.
Ah, nice. Guys, let's be honest. Have you ever been a black hack?
In my case, yes.
Oh my.
No, in
Oh
my
my
case, no.
goodness.
I think I cannot do that.
Ah, yeah, sure. Oh my goodness. And you guys, what do you think?
But I
Yes.
think when you
Uh-huh.
have the permission of your company, that's not a hacking or a hack into. That's,
Basically not, right? Because it's legal.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
When we say
But
hack,
I think the the concept in a pure way is enter a computer without permission of other person.
in the case of hack into, yes, we are just talking about the illegally way. But as your classmate explained, right, we can change a definition for a black one or a white one. In the end, remember, you are entered to a computer or to a system and you are getting all the information. So that is invade the information. But if you're using hack into, in this case, we are just talking specifically for an illegal way, okay? Now, go down. Be careful with this phrasal verb. Go down can has different meanings depending on the context. Okay, go down can means to go to the bottom. Okay, imagine if you are in a pool and you are swimming, you can say, I will go down. That means that you will swim deeper, right? That is go down. Also, it can be a synonym of decrease. Imagine that in the first exam, you got 10, but in the second exam, you got 5. So what happens there? My grades went down. So that means decrease. But talking in this context, we are talking about computers and systems. So go down is when the machine stops working. Okay. So imagine imagine that my computer doesn't work anymore. I can say, my computer is not going down. That means that stop working properly, doesn't work anymore. Understood the meaning for go down in these scenarios? Yes, a little bit or not?
Yes.
Everybody? If you have questions, please tell me. That's
But-
why I decided to put you here the definitions and also an example so you can understand it a little bit better. Yes?
Teacher, but if I want to say, quiero bajar de piso, or just simple down, I want to down, or
What
I think it's go down. but
Go
I don't
down.
know.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned in these scenarios, guys, go down can be used in different areas, not only here. As you said, imagine that you are in the second floor and you want to go to the first floor. You have to say, I need to go down. Okay? No problem. You can use it in different
Okay.
contexts.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but if you are talking about computers and all those things, if somebody says my computer doesn't go down, it doesn't mean, es que la computadora se está bajando. Not really, right? The meaning is that the computer stops working. That is the meaning in this context. Understood?
Yeah, got it.
Once I say that word, I said, okay, the computer goes down, and all the people start laughing because they thought that the computer was dancing and going down.
Oh. Imagine. So remember, guys, that in this case, that is something difficult in English. How one word can change the meaning depending on the context. It's the same word, it's the same phrasal verb, but depending on the context, the meaning is totally different. Okay? So unfortunately, what we need to do is memorize them. Okay? Then we have wiped out. Wipe out, if you want to link the sounds. What is that? Wipe out. Have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't.
Basically, guys, this is just delete all the information or when you erase all the information. Okay? Imagine that you have a cell phone. You are not going to use your cell phone anymore. And you say, I will give this cell phone to my brother or to my little sister. What do you need to do first? You need to wipe out all the information, right? You're not going to give the cell phone exactly with all your documents, with all your contacts, all your messages. No, right? You need to wipe out everything, all your files. That means erased or delete. Understood? Got it?
There's a video game that is called Wipeout.
Okay, nice. So remember again, if you say, for example, you need to erase your files, do you think that people will understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, they will understand. You need to delete your files. Yes, people will understand. The point here, guys, just don't think if people will understand you or not. You have to think if you will understand people. Just imagine if someone says, you know what, by accident, I wiped up my information, all my files on the computer. So I was wondering if I can recover that information. So you say, wipe out? I have never heard that before. That's the idea. You have to think if you will understand people. That's why it is necessary to check this information, to check this vocabulary, because sometimes they are not going to use erase. Maybe they are not going to say, my computer doesn't work. Maybe they will say a phrasal verb. Understood? Yes? Now, listen, unfortunately, we don't have more time. So I already sent this file on WhatsApp's group. So if you have time, you can read the vocabulary. I mean, it's very short, it's just 1 page. Okay, so my recommendation is if you already know some of these ones, pretty nice, right? If you already know that, that's great. Try to learn the ones that you don't know. And some of these ones can work as a noun or as a verb too. For example, pop-up. Pop-up is to appear suddenly, but also it can work as a noun. And we have the typical pop-up message. You are working on the computer and suddenly, poof, appears a message that is pop-up message. So you can use it as a noun. Depending on the context, the meaning of these phrasal verbs can change. So in these moments, we are going to focus on this. Imagine that we are working on computers, on cell phone systems and everything. Try to check the vocabulary and tomorrow we are going to use it. Okay, tomorrow we are going to have some practice so we can use the phrases because unfortunately we don't have more time. Tomorrow also, guys, I will give you the instructions for the first speaking evaluation. Remember that now we are going to have audios every 2 weeks. So tomorrow I will give you the instructions for the first one. Understood?
Yes, understood.
Great. Do you have any questions, guys, before leaving?
No, teacher. Clear.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. So guys, have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.